11th of March, 2186. Another mission on Polaris Prime. This time it was away from the city, and I decided to tackle a blitz mission on my own. The mission was simple, just to seal up every bug hole in the area, and to do it quickly in the name of managed democracy. I had on my CE-74 Breaker armor and SC-30 Trailblazer Scout helmet again, with the Reaper of Bounties cape as well. My weapons were the Concussive Liberator, Grenade Pistol, and Incendiary Grenades again. Stratagems were the Warp Pack Backpack, Flamethrower, and Machine Gun and Gatling Sentries. Something to note, at least for myself and for other divers if they're curious, when diving solo, I always have the Hellpod Space Optimization Booster utilized for my mission. The full amount of ammo, grenades, and stims is a major benefit when you have to take care of everything yourself on a mission, and every piece of gear and equipment can count sometimes in the heat of battle, no matter what you're doing or what enemy of ours we're going up against. For Managed Democracy and for Super Earth, you have to do what you have to do in order to succeed on these missions. I had landed in the eastern area of the map in this sector, called down my gear and stratagems, and I got my ass moving. I had 7 bug holes minimum to close up, but I was going to be damn sure that I got all of them, not just those 7. I pushed north first, because there was a point of interest, some samples I was able to gather, and then a bug nest in that area. And I got to work against those bugs. My flamethrower let loose again against our enemies. Freedom's fire and the fires of managed democracy are more than a match against our enemies. I burned all those bugs to ash, and a grenade shot or a grenade throw down the nest holes closed them right up once I was finished cooking them down. I went south after this. More nests were located in that area, and I knew that after clearing them, I'd have to travel back up north toward the extraction point, and that there was one small nest that was close by in that area. Around this time, I had located a spore spewer that was in the area. Another one of these abominations on our planet. Just spreading that gloom and shit from the bugs up around the area is completely unnecessary. After clearing up some of the bug holes, I set the flamethrower alight and pointed it right at that spewer and burned it to the damn ground. No bug shall spread its gloom on the planet of Super Earths while I have anything to say about it. Once that spore spewer was down, I took some time and finished clearing up the rest of those bug nests. Needed to clear up the rest of those holes and everything through. Thankfully, I didn't have any issues then. However, as I was trying to travel north, I had some bug ruptures come up upon me. Bugs pouring out of them, but thankfully, a flamethrower was able to take care and do the job. After clearing up those nests and just dealing with those ruptures, I was able to extract if I wanted to. I had technically closed up enough holes for the mission for Super Earth, but I had plenty of time left on this mission, and a nest in the north still needed to be wiped out. I'm not going to let that shit fly while I have a time and the chance and the ammo and stims and everything to be able to take care of it. I ran and packed my way to this last nest area, taking down patrols I located or any bugs that got in my way. I also still about burned myself to a crisp again with this damn flamethrower. I think after this, I'm going to put this away for a while, and until I can get that Freedom's Flame War Bond and get those armor sets with some fire resistance or the Superstore, but my super credits need to go toward those war bonds first. Those, for me, are just a much higher priority. I'll get that armor one of these times, and I'll stop burning myself damn near to a crisp. Oh, thank God for the stims that we get from the Ministry of Science, and the rest of them. Those are just big, big lifesavers for us, Helldivers. Eventually, I was able to locate this final nest, and the bugs around it, yep, flamethrower out and burn them all to the ground. Burn them to death. And took some time and closed up those final bug holes. Now the whole sector, or at least where I was finally cleared up and taken care of, and I was thankful for this. Now, at this time, after closing up the holes and everything, the bugs were still able to call in another rupture and some reinforcements, and that was really annoying. But it was no match for the Fires of Liberty. As soon as I located where that rupture spot was, took the flamethrower, pointed it right in the area, waved right and left a little bit, slowly and calmly, and, yep, burned them all. Burned all of them as they tried to spawn out and come through from the ground. Once this finally cleared up and I was able to, I closed up those final 2 bug holes and started to make my way toward the extraction point from there. I had plenty of time left to spare, thankfully, so I was glad to do this for Super Earth, to take care of this as needed. I mean, you can't let our enemies and the bugs, or any of the bots or squids and the bug holes or fabricators or warp ships and stuff, you gotta take care of all that stuff. Come on, finish up your missions, take care of what you need to. It's for Super Earth. It's for managed democracy and Lady Liberty. Thankfully, I got back to the extraction, was able to call down the Pelican, and waited for my ride to pick me up back to my Super Destroyer. While I wait, pretty much every time on any mission, whether solo or with other divers, I make sure to call in supplies if we have the ability to, if they're not being restocked from our Super Destroyers. And I call down sentries as well, just in case. You can set them in good strategic locations and down away from the rest of your team so they don't blast the hell out of everybody. That's actually a tip too I wanted to mention is if you're with a squad with your sentries, put them out a little bit and have your team, all of your fellow Helldivers and everybody back away from them. Let them shoot downrange, but stay safe. They are prone to friendly fire pretty heavily. I also had a little bit of time while waiting with my sentries guarding me to look through some data pads and stuff, read through some stuff, and honestly, I was able to check out some of the vending machines for different drinks and stuff that, we don't usually get the chance to get, but it's nice to see what some of that is. Take a look at that stuff. I think Super Earth says to take, 2.4 seconds to admire the scenery and take in what you can from the planet and your environment. So I tried to take a few seconds in each one. Not too much, but, waiting on my ride, with my sentries guarding me, everything worked out. And calling in the sentries and everything is better to be prepared than, caught with your pants down. Pelican had finally arrived, landed, and I got to my Super Destroyer, and another quick mission was completed for Super Earth and for managed democracy. And I continue to dive. I will continue to dive and take care of everything I can. I hope to see you, my fellow Helldivers, on the field, and let's spread our managed democracy together for Super Earth.